How's it going, Shot?
It's not bad. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
gotta tell you, Shot. I am a little sad.
Uh-oh.
I went to my corner store
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't like make an announcement or nothing. And he tried to charge me $6 for a hero.
Eh,
It was it
and
was it was a standard $5 hero.
oh, okay.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomato on a hero bread.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Nah, Poppy, it's $6 now." You know, and we
My
had like and
uh-oh.
like I know he gotta do what he gotta do, but things have changed. Everything else went up during the quarantine.
True.
So I can't. I'm not. It's not that I'm holding it against him.
Right.
It meant like, oh, this is a new era for real for me.
Yeah.
Like it really like cemented like, oh, things are different. Like they've hit me in a
They,
way that's real to me.
yeah. Yeah, and that's what people need is to really
Yeah,
feel it.
yo,
That,
and
that
like it like I went over to the counter and like I realized like I hadn't like really looked at the boards head prices in a while.
mm-hmm.
They got the little like board
Right,
and like
right.
and he like I looked over at the board after he placed the order and he saw me trying to piece it together
Mm-hmm.
and like he tried to like console me. He's like, "Hey, Papi, I tried," and then he's pointing to the prices. He's like, "It used to be $6.99 per pound, now it's $8.99 because they raised this price to me. So that's why the hero sandwiches got to go up."
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a new guy that makes sandwiches, and like he's like, "Yeah, I still do it for $5, but I gotta cut down on what I put in it."
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's like, "I'll give you the hero, but you're gonna get 3 slices of cheese." You know?
Wow.
So
Okay. So like a kid's meal.
straight up, yo. It's like a real veggie heavy sandwich.
Which is really what you should be eating anyway, but I get
Fair.
it.
Fair, but it's the
Yeah.
principle. You know
It's
what
a
I mean?
principality.
That
Yes.
shit hurt. I was like, "Yeah, I still do it for $5 if you want, but it's gonna have less.
That's
It's gonna be real lettuce heavy."
that whole I'll still do it for $5 is so funny.
Yo,
That's so funny. First off, condolences. My
thank you.
condolences. I know that is quite a blow.
Yo, it means so much to me. Like it was the 5 had stuck for a while for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
in my neighborhood, the $5 hero, and it had stuck while heroes in other parts of New York had already started to go up. Right, you got
Mm-hmm.
paying $9-10 for a hero in Williamsburg is pretty standard. In the city, paying the double digits is standard. You know what I mean?
How big are these how big are the sandwiches?
This is I would say a little bit less than a Subway sandwich,
But
but it's
like a
consistently $5.
$5 foot long?
Yeah, in that ballpark. I would say it's more like an 11-inch sandwich, realistically.
11. Okay. I just need
Yeah.
to know if it was the foot long or the 6-inch because
No. Definitely the full long.
Okay,
Definitely
the long
like in
one.
that
Gotcha.
range. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. All right.
So
Yeah.
I was impressed that they held it down that long. So I'm not
Mhm.
going to like knock them for not being like about the people.
Right.
But the simplicity of it meant something too. Like it was like a loss of innocence,
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember the slice going from $1.25 to now all these weird numbers, or
These weird, like 225.
yeah,
or...
like that's madness. That's too much,
Uh-huh.
It doesn't work right. Because the $1.25, the reason it worked is because it adds up to a full 1 unit dollar, right? Like if I'm getting slices for the crew, 4
Mhm.
slices, $5.
Yes.
Pie, $10. I like stuff like that. That's why Arizona's so dope. $1, 1 can. So the same thing with this hero, $5, 1 meal. Now I gotta bring $1 extra.
Yeah.
But it messes up all my math, Like
Yes.
my favorite takeout at Chinese was always 4 chicken wings and fried rice. Not because it was the best taking thing, but because it was $4.95. I bring 1 bill, I was done. I don't
Right.
gotta worry about these weird interactions because I want the General Tso special. Now it's $7.20 something, I don't want to do all that work. I just want to know here, this interaction is done, and now you've complicated my life,
I hear you. I've gone through these moments many times. The most recent time was all right. Little Debbie snack cakes. right?
Okay.
The reason that I gravitated as a youngster to Little Debbie snack cakes is because they were cheap and good. They were cheap and
Right.
good. One that you could get at a corner store, gas station, bodega, whatever, usually cost at the time 25 cents.
Yeah.
I'm a kid. Coming up on 25 cents is easy. And they're a little bit bigger than what's in like a box of them. So
Right.
it's going to fuel me for like a week. Great. No problem. We're using laundry money on a snack cake and a can of soda, which at the time was 50 cents. Forget about it. Give me an oatmeal cream pie, a Fanta orange. I could run for miles. But and that was for a long time. I'm talking about from when I was a child until I was I feel like 31. I feel like I was like in my 30s. Like I had just entered. And then it was like, oh, yeah, no, that's 50 cents now. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about, 50 cents? I saw one. I was like at a grocery store and they had Lucy snack cakes. And I picked one up and it said 50 cents. And I looked and I'm like, is this like a double? Like, are there two of them in here? And I was like, this must be a misprint. So I went to the front of another register that had them and I grabbed one thinking that one was a misprint. This one's fine. And that shit came up as 50 cents in the register. And I looked at the pack and I went, what? And it hurt. It hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? It was such a good run. I mean, like, that was a long time. And they doubled the price, but they still made it easy.
Okay. Right. That I'm okay with.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's 50 cents, but it's still 50 cents. Like,
yeah.
Great.
Like, what hurts more to me is when I had a similar experience with zebra cakes.
Oh, they went up to 59. Those are Little Debbie snack cakes.
59.
That's the one here. It went up to 59 cents. And I went, I got to carry like an extra dime.
Yeah. The audacity.
Yeah. So that's when I was just like, I don't know, man. This is hurting me. And also it was hurting me because, sugar. But yes, it was a lot. And yeah. I just remember being in like a dark place of just like, why would they do that? I'd even take 75 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I'm understanding what's happening. But anything that ends in a 9 is going to fuck you up if it's not like 99.
Right. I don't like 59 cents. I don't like 35 either. Like that ruined gum for me.
Ooh, yeah.
I hated that jump. I would have preferred 4 sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 4 sticks, keep the quarter.
Yeah.
I like the quarter system. I was big proponent of the quarter. 35 cents don't look right. I still don't buy that. I don't know who bought gum for 35 cents anymore. Because what you did is you made it a debit card interaction now.
Yeah.
Like I'll only buy it if I'm buying it from 7-Eleven where I'm a swipe and I don't got to deal with change in my pocket.
Yes.
I despise that. I want it done. But you made my life hard now with these weird numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not right. They don't think it through. Like whenever Frito does a change in the little bags of chips, they'll shift it. They'll spend like 6 months where it's like instead of 50 cents, it's 2 for $1, but 59 cents.
Yes. Yeah. I hate that. I hate that shit.
I only wanted one snack. Now I gotta plan out my next 2 meals because of you.
Right.
So that I could get the right pricing. Mm-hmm. It's not fair.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're going to do that, then just strap 2 together. You know what I mean? Don't say, because if I'm like, all right, well, I got to get 2, then I'll get 2 of these. But you only got 1 of them. So now I'm like, well, I don't want, spicy whatever. I just want this kind.
Yeah.
I just want this kind of Dorito. And now I got to get a grab bag or whatever. It's
not right.
I
like nachos. I like Cool Ranch. I don't like them at the same time.
Right.
Okay? They different moments.
And if I'm grabbing Doritos, it's because I want that particular kind of Dorito.
Exactly.
I'm not craving Doritos like in general. I want nacho cheese Doritos. I want Cool Ranch Doritos. I want sweet chili whatever Doritos. That's it. Now I gotta go get some weird jalapeno shit. I don't want that. That's not what I wanted.
That's not what I came here for.
Yeah.
I had an agenda. You changed that.
I just don't like those odd numbers in general for chips.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does because it's the whole interaction. It's a
Yeah.
simplicity thing. And to me, like the other issue is like it literally like changes the way I teach my kids.
Mm,
Like I use those little interactions to teach them about money.
right.
Like you're making that harder for me now because I got to elevate the math that they got to do. You know what I mean? Like they don't see what that those interactions is teaching them something.
So were
Freaking
they with
madness.
you when you learned of the $6 sandwich?
They were home when I was mad about it. Like I
Okay.
came back pissed off. Yeah, like, you believe this? Yeah, I changed up the because if I'm in a bind, I would go get like a couple heroes.
Right.
So like the kids came home, I didn't have a chance to go shopping, so I'd get like some healthy shit. I'd be like, let me get 2 turkey, Swiss cheese, and lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I would get those on a roll for the kids, no mayo,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get mine with the spicy turkey on the hero.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I already knew the math on that. Like I had it down. I knew what it was going to cost me. You know, but I can't do that no more. Now you're throwing off the numbers to me too much.
Right. And another thing is not just that they had to adjust, but probably because they waited so long to adjust,
They still behind.
they're still behind. So they're going to have to adjust again soon. That's what also drives me insane. I'm just like, hey, now y'all just raised these prices. It's so funny that I even pay attention to it. I remember distinctly having phone calls with my dad where he was just like, well, I was in a store and did you know that they made this package smaller? It used to be this many ounces and now it's this many, but they raised the price by like 17 cents. And I'm just like, hey man, what? How are you? Why did you know all of that? But now then I got into grocery stores and I'm like, oh, I see them. I see
it.
I
I'm
see it.
pro shrinking. Like keep the numbers in a way that I like. Like when Tropicana went from 64 to 59, I'm cool. I get it.
Okay.
Hold your 5, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Those 5 ounces, the difference between me having to do crazy math and you saying 2 for 6. I'm with that. Let's go.
Yo, Pop-Tarts are smaller. I don't know. I just feel it. They are smaller. They're smaller. And I don't know because they used to only be 6 in a box.
Right.
But now they're 8 in a box. And it has been for a while. But I remember when they made the shift to 8 and I was just like, are y'all trying to kill us? Why are you? There's a lot of it. And then they started to shrink the size of them. And they're smaller. And I've only seen one other person mention that they are smaller. And that is Kyle Ayers, our comedian friend, Kyle Ayers. He said something on Twitter. And I was like, so you see it. You see it. Mm-hmm. I'm not nuts. You see it too. You all the way out on the West Coast and you see it.
It's happening.
Yeah, that's what's going on then.
Hey, I'm pro that because it keeps the price the same. When you start messing with the price.
The problem is when they still raise the price. See, here's the thing.
Yeah, you can't do both. Don't be greedy.
They make it smaller to keep it the same price. And you're just like, okay, cool. And then they raise the price. So now you're upset about them raising the price, but you didn't notice they didn't raise the... So now they got you used to getting less. And then they literally just a frog in a pot of water. And they turn up the heat a little bit by reducing the amount, but they keep the price the same. And then they raise that price a little bit and then a little bit more. And they never do any adjusting to the amount. And now you a frog boiling in this hot ass water, not able to afford anything.
It's terrible.
It's horrible. So
I'm still convinced. I'm convinced that like Oreos family packs was regular packs once.
That's possible.
I feel like they kept shrinking them down.
Those packs feel big. I think the Oreo might have been a bigger cookie. And I get that, that part of that is like you were a child, your hands were smaller. But I mean, I don't know. I think whatever Chips Ahoy or any chocolate chip cookie is definitely smaller than they used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I got some of those old school butter cookies, which are like shaped like flowers and have the hole in the middle.
Okay.
That you can put on your finger and you eat them off your finger.
Yeah.
They changed the shapes of those too. Like they're still a flower, but they're not. I don't know. They did something to those damn cookies. And I was like, I can't put my finger on it, but I know y'all did something to these cookies.
Stop changing, okay?
Stop changing the food. But
A
and also
simple
stop
request.
raising the price. Oh, just stop. Everybody just stop.
That's all it is.
Just stop it.
Cause like, yo, what bothers me about all of this is like somebody will say, "Oh, cause this went up or this thing went up," and I'm like, and I hear you, I really do. But like, what if we just all agree to like not let the thing go up? Like, whatever the thing is that you do, just leave it the same. And now we don't got to keep changing it. Because, like, one of y'all decided, hey, I could raise this, and then started a chain reaction, you know?
I
And now
don't
we
know. I
all
mean,
being affected.
I want to believe that it is because of, how we're dealing with supply chain issues now, that they've trickled down to the point that we are feeling it and are aware. Like a supply chain is something that's been existing as long as we're demanding to have stuff at our fingertips, but
Right.
we've not had to deal with, the ramifications of it going bad until now. But then you hear about things like Kellogg and
Right.
the strike going on there, and how they're just like, oh, y'all striking? Fuck it. We'll just replace all of you with new employees.
Word.
And they're striking working, so they're asking in support, don't buy Kellogg stuff. And that's a lot of stuff, y'all. Look at that list. It's a lot. And I remember I walked by the waffles recently, and they were on sale 2 for $7. And I remember when waffles went up to like the $3 range. I remember when waffles were $2 to $2.50 a box.
Right.
They also only had 6 in the box. And then they got smaller too. And then they put 8 in a box, but they were smaller.
Right.
And then they raised the price. And then I was just like, well, I think I'm getting the same, and y'all raised the price. And now, because of the strike, they are, I think normally what they're asking for it is like $4.50 a box.
Right.
I was like, hey, I go, y'all ain't never made anything good enough for $4.50 a box. I eat y'all religiously. I am striking. I'm in support. I'm not eating it now.
Right.
But y'all are a ride or die. But I swear to God, y'all ain't never made anything that's worth $5 a box.
Not
never,
once.
never.
I stopped once I had kids. I switched from Eggo to the Target brand. And then I would wait till Target had them on sale, and I would bulk buy because it was like $1 a box. So I was like killing them. Like I had an extra fridge just for waffles. Like it was bananas.
But
and then like last year, I realized like, oh, my kids like need nutrient. Like, so I started, I'm trying to care, Sha. I care about my kids.
they need
sustenance,
do.
So
yeah, they need like greens.
Yeah.
Green.
So so I found like this brand of waffles that's like high-end waffles. So they like they have like 12 grams of protein, they got fiber.
Yeah, like whole grain kind of joints.
So I switched them all to that. But it's expensive. It's like $5 a box.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
like, now,
look, if the waffle is going to make me shit, I'll pay $5. If it's
right. That's
if
what I
it's
said.
got like little nuts and berries in it or whatever, yeah.
That's worth it.
But I'm getting a straight up home style. There ain't nothing in that. That ain't nothing but dough.
My son asked me, he's like, Dad, why'd you switch to this? I was like, because you kept saying you were hungry in second period. Okay. That's too early. You just had food like an hour ago. Right. But I get it. You're growing. You're becoming like a teenager. Your body needs more.
Right.
And that's not cutting it. And, for the last year and a half, you were homeschooled with at your grandmother's house. So she feeds you whenever you wanted something. Now you're in a building again. Those 2 waffles, that's not going to do it, my G. So
yeah.
I had to switch it up. So I got those like diesel waffles.
Diesel.
Cause I knew it was different because he was like, yo, he wasn't even telling me because he was trying to like complain without complaining. He was like, yo, Ma, those waffles Dad buys, it takes a long time to finish chewing them. Like they taste good, but it's work. I'm like, yeah, it's real food. You was having them Eggos for 5 years. You could just drink that shit. You didn't realize breakfast is something you got to work on sometimes, baby.
Oh my God. That's beautiful.
But yeah, yo, I'm getting them real waffles, and they got like a little baked egg in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, yo, you ain't hungry no more, right? You make it to lunch. He's like, yeah, I do. I was like, okay. That's because you having 20 grams of protein now, B.
Right.
You know, change the whole game up.
That's so wild. That's
Oh
beautiful.
man, I'm with it, but yeah, yo, y'all got to come up with a system. But yeah, it broke my heart a little bit.
Well,
Lost my sandwich.
I'll pour one out for the $5 hero.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It made it a while. It made it long enough though.
Yeah, it did what it could.
Yeah, it was a hero in its
It
time.
was a true hero.
Let's get into the news here.
Yeah.
Venomous snake found lurking in a family's Christmas tree.
That's why I don't have a tree. Next. What?
You don't got a tree, Sha?
Nah.
You don't do the tree?
I don't do a tree. If I decorate and I put something up, it stays up. So
okay.
So I'm not packing up. I don't want to. It's more work than, yeah.
We weren't gonna get a tree this year, and then my son wanted one.
Okay.
Like he was really into it, and like admittedly he's dope. Like as a kid, so we're like, all right, we got to get the tree. So. But I presented my issue. I was like, Gabby doesn't like the fact that she has to decorate the tree and maintain the tree. And I don't like the fact that regardless of how many systems the city puts in place, no one ever picks up the tree from my house. So I end up with a tree for like 4 weeks in my front yard.
Right.
But when we were shopping, we found a potted tree. So...
Okay.
Like what we're gonna do is when it's done, we're gonna go to my parents' yard and we're just gonna plant the tree.
Right.
And now we don't got to get rid of the tree. We just got a tree, and it's done. And now
that's
they got
nice.
a new tree. Yeah. So we got that tree, but it did come snake free. So Rob and Marcella Wild wasted no time calling a professional after they discovered one of Africa's most venomous snakes hiding between the tinsel and baubles at their home in South Africa on Friday. Having decorated the tree just hours earlier, they spotted their cats staring at its branches. Shouts to Shop for having a cat. This is why you have cats in the house right here, because of stuff like this.
Yeah.
Rob, where we at here? They soon discovered a rather different animal staring back, however, a boom slang. I didn't know what it was at the time, but when they Googled it, what were the most common snakes in the area, it came up immediately. I thought, holy Moses, this is the king of all poisonous snakes, said the father. The boomslang is known as a shy species, but it is one of the most venomous in Africa. The animal's venom causes hemorrhages and can be fatal to humans in small amounts.
What?
Why is this anywhere near a tree you're buying? Like,
also, why did you say shy species? Like it's not it's not out here with like a noisemaker or big sunglasses.
It's not on Tinder? You know, it's not dating?
It's shy. It's just reading a book in the window before it kills you.
Nah, this snake is real antisocial. You know what I mean? It takes some medicine.
This snake is dressed in all black.
Have you read the snake's poems? You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Snake catcher Gary Hines confirmed the animal's identity when he arrived. The snake was female, between 1.3 meters and 1.5 meters long. He said he instructed the family to stay away from the tree, but to keep their eyes on the snake until he arrived. The snake stayed in the tree for 2 hours until I got there. He used snake tongs to place it on the floor where it was easier to handle. And once I had it under control, the family came right up to see the snake. It didn't try to bite or be defensive because I gave it no reason to. A scary moment turned into an exciting moment for the children.
Oh, okay. You're speaking. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, my man really trying to promote his services right
Yeah,
there.
he sure is.
That is madness, B. Respect, to this family for handling this, I guess, relatively safely.
Very calm.
In particular, after like last week's smoking out snakes.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm impressed. This guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that's probably better than smoking out. That certainly was nowhere near as poisonous as this.
Oh man, people's wild. Instagram plans to bring back chronological feed next year, says the top exec.
That's all we've been asking for.
Boom.
That's all we want.
Instagram head Adam Mazzari testified for the first time before a Senate subcommittee on Wednesday as lawmakers questioned the app's impact on the mental health of younger users. During his testimony, Mazzari said Instagram is planning to bring back a version of its news feed that would give users the option to sort media chronologically rather than ranked according to the platform's algorithm, potentially addressing concerns over how algorithms push users into harmful rabbit holes. The company has been working on the feature for months and plans to roll it out in the first quarter of next year. What are you working
on? That's what you used to do.
It's hit backspace, my G. That's it. What are you
Y'all is tripping.
Y'all doing too much, man. Come on.
Come on. We've been working on it for months. Just people in a room for the past year, like, I don't know. Should we just do it the way we used to? I mean, I guess. I don't know. Get out of here.
Whenever stuff like this come up, this is how you know a company too big. Like, this is a 2-minute conversation. This should have been an instant decision. Should have been done already. Yo, you heard about them kids? They getting sick. Some kids killed themselves over being depressed over Instagram. Yo, we should probably switch that back. You're right. Boom. Done.
Yeah. Oh, it's from the algorithms of stuff that we're pushing on them? Yeah, we probably should stop that.
That's it.
But it took him having to sit in front of Congress before he's like, and then maybe we'll just do it like the way we used to before everyone got nuts off of it.
Freaking people, yo. It's and it's such a I can't fathom how many things like I run in my life that if I took this long to do would not get done. Like it blows my mind that this is like all of the greatest resources and it takes this long to make a decision and then to put it into play.
Just switch it. Just
switch it, B. You had it. It was done. People were happy.
People were so much happier. You know? I mean, think about when we're using it for promo.
Yeah. And nobody see that shit no more.
No one sees it. Because first off, they bury it.
Mm-hmm.
They bury it. But then they serve it up to people like 3 days later. So someone gets excited about, I want to come see you. And they're like, 3 days ago. And they're like, oh, well. So, like, what are we doing?
Those are my most like those. Every single one of those likes hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody likes a post that I posted about a show that already happened.
Yeah.
They're like, this looks dope. Wish I could have made it. Like,
yeah. I'm like, I get it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What we gonna do?
I see.
In other news, a group of workers at Citizens, the controversial real-time crime alert app, vote to unionize.
What? What? That don't even. Okay, yeah. Well, let's read the story because that shit don't make sense to me.
A group of employees at the controversial real-time crime alert app Citizens voted in favor of forming a union. The Communication Workers of America confirmed that a strong majority of roughly 70 eligible workers voted to join its union at a National Labor Relations Board election, according to its spokesperson, Beth Allen. The results, first reported by Bloomberg News, are yet to be certified by the NLRB. That's the next step before the union negotiates a contract for Citizens. The labor rights come in on the heels of a wave of negative headlines garnered by Citizens and its CEO, Andrew Frame. Earlier this year, the company, for the first time, put a $30,000 bounty on information leading to the arrest of an alleged arson suspect. However, the person was not responsible for the fire.
Oh shit!
Yo, they wildin'.
Citizen is wildin'. First off, it's. I mean, it is kind of an informative app, but it is also a terrible app. And it just causes you to be in your house and just like scared and kind of looking out the blinds of your window. That's basically Citizen is just somebody looking out the blind of their window and just eyes shifting and then going, I think he has a gun. No, it's literally a baguette. Like it's so that's its whole thing. And it's been slowly ramping it up, right? At first it was just like people, if they saw something, they would report. Now a citizen has folks who are on the ground who somehow manage to be where crime is to report on it. And I'm like, and they say that they're like they're not contracted workers. But I'm like, how do they happen to be where the crime is? Like what? And so that leads to like reports of when you look at on your map of things that have happened. There's a gas leak. Great, that's good to know. But then there's also like two men scuffling. And I'm like, I don't care. That ended by the time I finished reading the words two men scuffling. They were done. Why is that on you know what I mean? It's wild. So first off, I will say if anybody is working anywhere where it's more than like 30 people, yeah, go on, join that union. Get that union going. Absolutely. Do what you got to do. But I don't know if I knew about them putting $30,000 up for the arrest of someone, and it wasn't even the right. That's wild.
Yeah, y'all doing too much over there. Because you're supposed to be like, are you trying to be a news source or like a police department?
Exactly.
Like that's very different energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make that decision over there. Like, you're putting bounties on people. That tells me you're trying to help like police.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's not like next door. This isn't like a neighborhood watch thing.
Oh my God. Y'all doing too much, man. Come on, Andrew. Okay.
Y'all know you're wrong. I do see here it says for the workers, the decision to unionize was reportedly out of fear of job loss in response to outsource work to contractors.
Right.
I.e., these people that are always around where the fucking where I don't know. I just happen to be where the crime is. I mean, in my case, yes, there is crime around me, but I'm not around it. You don't see me taking no pictures.
So like when I first stopped working and I started doing comedy full time for like that first year, you do I did like a lot of like what do you call that? That like Uber type work, stuff like that.
Oh, right.
Gig work, right? So I did stuff like that whenever like I needed extra money, and like someone recommended something like this, and I signed up, and it'll be like, yo, this is going on here. Someone will report it, and then they would ask me to go to that place and get footage.
Yeah.
Right. So this is like, it was the most reckless shit I've seen in my life. Like if like I showed, like it would be like, yo, two people, it'd be like reported guns fired at this location. And then I would get an alert saying, hey, can you go get video of this, and this? And I would show up and they would be like, they would still be there, like dudes. Like there was the cops nearby, like whatever that got reported was still happening. Like, excuse me? Yo.
Holy crap. Boulevard,
seeing like shit go down. And I'm like, yo, they were like, yo, you get footage. I'm like, footage? I'm trying to get alive. Like, you don't know what you sent me to. And then like they want like because they thinking about the TV show. Like they trying to sell that, to like news outlets.
Right.
So like the first time I got footage, they was like, oh, can you get a set shot? Like get like on a tripod? I'm like, yo, what do you think is happening out here? You sent me into and you talk about I'm panning too much? Like, yo, this is madness.
I'm panning too much.
You lucky I came out alive out this
Yeah, because I'm running. That's why there are a lot of action shots.
Yo, completely ridiculous. I did that for like all of 2 days. I was like, nah, my life is worth more, you know? Like, this is not a gig for me.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, now they was wilding. The request was crazy. But that's why they beat everybody, because like they would literally, like, anytime they got like an alert from somebody, they would send out an alert to everybody that signed up to get footage, to go get footage instantly. So you would be like informed and there before police on a ton of stuff. So yeah, it is wild. So yeah, let them dudes get unionized, because you don't know what them people's out there filming.
Yeah, I mean that is shady. That is shady business. Please don't get unionized or start refreshing that resume.
Or go 10
something.
minutes later. I would recommend that at least. Go 10 minutes later than the request.
Yeah.
You know, let somebody respond first. You know,
I think that was my line.
Real talk, because like I'm in East New York, so like when they would say East New York, I was there before 5-0 a lot, so I was in it. I was like, "Yo, I'm here. What's good?" And they're like, "Nah, my man, that's the dude they reported on." Like, "Oh, that's me." You better stand over here, son. It's still happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
Finally, Metropolitan Museum of Arts is removing the Sackler name from galleries. The New York's Metropolitan Museum of Arts will remove the Sackler family name from 7 galleries, including the wing that houses the Temple of Dendur, the institution announced on Thursday. The museum said in a news release that it came to the decision with the members of the Sackler family in order to allow the Met to further its core mission. Our families have always strongly supported the Met, and we believe this to be in the best interest of the museum and the important mission that it serves. Descendants of the physicians Mortimer and Raymond Sackler said in a statement.
Is that descendants of the Sacklers? The descendants, not family.
Right.
The descendants? I don't know. That's such a weird way to put that.
Yeah, it's weird. Cause I feel like that's them saying like, all right, they did Grease, so we don't want to be grouped with that.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's too late. You know, the Sackler name. Yeah, it's a little late.
Yeah. You know, it's situated, and for those that don't know, removing the Sackler name from the exhibit spaces is the latest move the Met has taken to distance itself from the family whose relationship with the museum goes back generations, because they agreed to not take donations anymore from the Sackler name because of their production of opioids and the ensuing health crisis that surrounded the abuse of the medication. Something like, whenever this comes up, stuff like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your family got stupid money from doing something grimy.
Right.
Why this attachment to hold on to the name? Like the first thing that I would have dropped is my last name.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If we made, like, if I'm worth $100 million already, like, I'm living that privileged life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm attached to the pride of my family name if they did something dope. But if my family did some grease, maybe, you know, I'm a Smith now. You know, like,
but then you don't get any of that money.
But why wouldn't they get the money? They're still part of the family.
No, you've changed your name. I'm willing to bet that there are probably contracts and agreements that are made before you're even born about what you can and can't do if you get this money.
And one of them is you gotta fuck up your brain.
I mean, like, if you're a woman in the family and you marry and Sackler is now not your name, you still, how many times have you seen where they're still using the mating name in it, so you know that they're part of the bloodline, that they didn't marry into it? So yeah, I bet that there are legal reasons. I'll bet that there are legal reasons that if you wanted to change your name. Now you could go by you could professionally go by another name, right?
Right.
But that's like your business name. That's your LLC name. That's that, right? That's what that is. But when it comes time to, like, okay, no, this is for personal stuff, what is your actual name? Let's look at Spike Jonze, the director.
Okay.
We know him as Spike Jonze.
Yeah.
Jonze Jones, right?
Right.
Great director. Acts in a few things. Started out making like with the Jackass Boys, making those kind of skate videos and all that kind of stuff, and has gone on and all kinds of stuff. Do you
Yeah.
know? Are you familiar with a company called Spiegel?
No.
Spiegel made a catalog. It was like Sears level.
Okay.
Like back in the day when everyone was doing a lot of catalog shopping. That's how people bought. And Spiegel like had a huge, I think they put it out just before the holidays or something, and then some little ones, but it was a huge thing. So it's like as if you are Sears or
Okay.
Macy's or whatever. It's just a huge, and he is a part of that family.
Okay.
We don't know that his last name is Spiegel. We only
Yeah, I
know
didn't
him
know.
as we only know him as Spike Jones. But that's his name. Like
Right, because he need that bread.
right, but what's his real name? It's so and so Spiegel or whatever like that. And again,
I ain't mad at
if
that.
you're out there and
Okay.
you're Googling, don't fact check me. I know it's relatively right, but I know he's a Spiegel. So, there's
So what
that.
if? So that's the idea. So like,
Yeah,
if
so
you're
he can't.
rich, you gotta
You got to protect
get
your
like
own.
a rapper name.
Yes. I think I'm willing to bet that legally that's why he couldn't just come out and make Jackass videos like with the dudes from Jackass
And still
with
be
the
Spiegel.
last name Spiegel.
Right. They're like, nah, be that
Nah,
on vibe. You now
yeah.
Spike something.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're trying to protect that money and that name and not open it up to liability. So the way to do that is to take all these other things that you're doing and put them under other names.
Wow.
So I'm willing to bet that's probably like, yeah, you could, if you want to be known out by another name, sure, but it would be like I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if you want to give up the Sackler name, you got to give up the Sackler bread as well.
Right.
That they're not just going to have you out here doing whatever, which I mean, I think may bite some Sackler people in the butt. I feel like there was some member of the family who was trying to promote, like, I can't remember if she married in or what, but she's trying to promote her book or something else. And everyone at the time was just like, that's cool, but Sackler. And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. And it's like, well, you shouldn't have it in the name because,
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's, and I mean, their body was, I mean, the family was just all in all kinds of stuff, all kinds of museum stuff when you look at what, and also an interesting thing, I don't know if this article mentions it, but a lot of artists, I believe, helped the Metropolitan Museum of Art to make that decision.
Okay. That's dope.
Like, Sackler family will say like, yeah, we're trying to do what's right for it. But a lot of artists were just like, hey, stop fucking around. Like now is not these loyalty things, and you're seeing the terrible stuff of it. And I mean, like tides are changing, but like if you really want to enact change, like y'all keep saying in your new mission statements over the past 2 years, you got to cut some fucking ties and you got to mean it.
Amen. I like that.
Yeah. So I guess good on them.
A little late to the party, but good.
Yeah, yeah. Because you just want to ignore what everyone, and I mean, like, don't trust me. The Sacklers are doing fine. They managed to finagle a thing in court where they will never be held responsible for any of this.
All the Oxycontin they got sold, none of that.
Yeah, they'll never be held responsible. So like in court. So like the fuck. So they're doing fine. If we don't get to see their name on some galleries, great. Let's bring in some other names for it. It's time. Let's just get them out of there.
That's it. If you would like for the Egyptian art exhibit,
oh no,
at the Temple of Dendor to be renamed the Sharpe and Almonte Temple of Dendor, all you got to do is like and subscribe to the show. That's right.
All it takes. That's all it takes.
Those are all the rules.
We'll take care of the rest. We already got the paperwork.
That's it.
Just like and subscribe. That's all you have to do.
If you're an Apple listener, please rate the show. We genuinely appreciate those ratings. 4-star ratings. You pro Sackler over pro us. Come on, man.
That's harsh.
How you gonna do that?
Don't do that.
You ain't even seen how we gonna run that wing, okay?
We got big ideas.
Big plans, okay? A lot of strobe lights.
Yep.
Okay? Coming that way. 5 stars, you see the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I got a lot of neon paint. Getting shipped there as we speak.
Yeah. Fog machines.
Craziness.
Yeah.
If you have any articles you'd like us to cover, DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, my name is Gastor Almonte. Always with the homie Shalewa Sharpe. This has been a bonus episode of the War Report. Catch